Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Convict Inc. I'm your host, Robert Rosso. Let's address the elephant in the room, and no, I don't mean me. So, obviously, if you're a subscriber and you've been following my comment section, or if you're not a subscriber and following my comment section for the last couple hours, you'll see all the comments coming in about me taking the bold step, or stupid, or ridiculous in some people's eyes, to charge $29.99 for membership. You'll see that a lot of people's feathers are ruffled and whatnot. Okay, honestly, there's some people that really have, I can see they're sincere, concerned, or trying to give me advice or whatever, and I appreciate all of it. I didn't go into that thinking that I wasn't going to have backlash, or that I wasn't going to lose some subs. I did. I also, even though I don't know technology and pricing ranges and stuff like that really well, my personal opinion is these $2 and $4 in tiers and stuff like that on different platforms is like a ripoff. I don't know what else to say. I don't mean to offend people. If you guys are subscribing for $2.99 or whatever the deal was, getting badges and emojis, and I don't buy it. Likewise, and I can see somebody saying, hey, you know what? Well, we don't think you're worth the shit, so blah, blah. I get it. That's cool. But like, honestly, there's people that have written me privately. There's people that are putting stuff out, concerned. Really, I'm reading it. I get it. I just want you to know that I'm standing my ground and I'm sticking with it. And I'm doing what I'm doing. And to the 3 to 10 members that I'm going to get, I promise you that I'm going to give you your money's worth. You'll see. Let's just check it out. To the rest of you who are not going to subscribe, and that's most, and like I said, I couldn't afford that right now. I couldn't. I'm going to keep putting out the same videos. I do want to say to the one person that wrote and said something about Sammy the Bull started at blah, blah, blah. Sammy the Bull. So let me say this. If Sammy the Bull wouldn't have been such a fucking bitch and took down all his friends, maybe he too would be getting offers from prestigious firms around the country wanting to hire him as a leading federal prison expert. However, then again, that bitch be rich, right? Anyway, so here we go. Federal prison story. 2001. United States Penitentiary in Leavenworth, Kansas. February. I lived in cell 215 with my partner Dusty, best friend, brother, whatever. And it was his birthday. And as with all birthdays and most days in Leavenworth, started off drinking. I can't remember exactly if it was wine or shine or whatever the deal was. I do know that come 2 o'clock, our neighbor, we're in cell 215 below her, by the way, because there's a lot of guys that like when I identify that were there. A lot of people don't care. 215 below her. Neighbor came in. Neighbor was a black guy from Chicago, I believe, or St. Louis. Had a life sentence, quiet guy, unicorn worker, never known to be in any kind of drug stuff or anything like that. Knocks on our door. Matter of fact, we didn't talk to this guy too much. Hello, being respectful in passing and stuff like that. And he came and said he needed to talk to us. So, as I said, we're shit-faced drunk. Dude comes in and says, I got some balloons that I got. I need you all to try some. And would you be interested in buying them? Would be interested in buying balloons. Balloons, for those of you who don't know, that's balloons full of dope that just came in off visit. And sure enough, he just came back from visit, and this is what happened. There was a guy by the name of Mexican Mike. Mexican Mike would be one of the first Mexicans to go on and join the 88 at Leavenworth. There's guys that follow me, or that are subscribers that know what I'm talking about. Mike was out on visit, getting a package for some of his, for another gang, fuck it, for the arms, okay, let's just call it like it is. Mike was out there getting it because it's way past anything. It's 100 years ago. He was getting a package that his family was bringing in. I believe it was his mother and grandmother. They were onto him. Meaning staff was onto him. It was a sting. He was being set up. Well, when they came and hit him, he threw balloons. They threw balloons everywhere. I think there was like 17 in all. The guy that was our neighbor grabbed some of these balloons, 5 of them to be exact. And because there was such a commotion going on, he scooped them up off the floor and was able to scoot back in and get away with it, get in without the drugs being detected. I don't really know how he did it. I don't know if he hooped. No, he didn't hoop them because he had them. I mean, he just walked back from visitation. So he was able to just grab them in his hand and bring them. We did not know, neither did he, and he did not want to tell us what was in the balloons because he didn't know, but he didn't want to say that I don't know what's in these balloons. Nevertheless, so he hands over one of these balloons, and I mean there were 2 grams in each balloon, so there's 10 grams. He gave up a balloon. Dusty cracked it open. He was a birthday boy. We had one outfit, syringe. And we were looking at it, and we honestly did not know what it was. Like we tasted it, and it was like, okay, so it's not Coke, but it had a Coke-ish look about it. It didn't look like speed, but it didn't taste like, it was like weird. Dusty puts a little bit in a spoon, does a fix, and I can tell before he had everything down what it was. It was definitely white. It was heroin, white dope. I mean, he's in the corner. I'm sitting across. I'm sitting on the shitter on the toilet, and over here is the desk. There's 2 corners of the cell. There's a toilet in this corner, and there's a desk stool right here. Dusty's right here. So I'm bending over, I'm watching. I'm like, come on, bro, what is it, you know? He hits, and I can see him. Man, I snatch that freaking thing out of his arm and start cleaning as fast as I can, just as fast as I can. And he's like, whoa. So we get high. A couple minutes later, neighbor knocks back and says, hey, man, what's going on? What do y'all think? We're like, it's okay. Can barely see straight. We're already drunk anyway, so it's got us all fucked up. So he's like, well, what do y'all think? Like how much these go for? So dude didn't even know. He was not in the drug game in prison at all. We're like, well, how much you want? He's like, is 3 okay? Now remember, he had no idea what was in these balloons. There was actually 2 grams. There was 5 total. He had 5 total. So he come up and said 300 apiece. Something like that. A gram would usually go for 5. White dope like that good, 6. You can get 3 for 1,000, but whatever. So we said, okay, we'll pay 3 apiece. 3 times 5 is 15. He asked one, he's going to get paid, blah, blah, blah. What he didn't say at the time, and we'll find out later, is that he was in for transfer and leaving anytime. Now, he knew that I can send money. So even though I didn't know him, people in that prison did know that that I did have people on the streets that can send money, and that's the truth. So I had a reputation of being somebody that people wanted to go to talk to if they wanted to make a deal, because I became known pretty much as slow money but good money, and if I told you I was going to do something, unless I was going to beat you, unless I just set out to beat you, you were going to get paid. We get high. 3 o'clock comes around, and now we realize that we've got a gold mine on us. We're sitting on a bunch of money. So there's, in some prison grams, you can get 40 to 60 papers. That sounds crazy to somebody that's not been to prison and that doesn't know. And I'm talking about just little specks. This dope was really, really good. Dusty shoots out on the move at 3 o'clock we start making papers between 2 and 3 after we get high. Dusty makes a bunch of papers. He shoots out on the range, hits up another one of our bros up in A3 named Billy. Hands him, not Billy, I'm sorry. He went to A1, and I forgot who it was, and you'll understand why I forgot in just a second. So Dusty passes it out. Boom. Tells who he gave it to. He'll meet him in the chow hall at dinner time. or he'll have somebody go meet him at dinner time. Counts at 4 o'clock. Once the count clears, there's a rec move. So let's just call it a 4:30 rec move. Sometimes it's a little late. On that move, in comes our bro Billy, who lives in A3. And he had already heard that we had this dope. And he comes in, and when he knocks on the door, I'm just kind of like one of these. Usually I'm one of these people kind of get wired on opiates. Dusty was completely gouged out. He was in one of these. Billy knocks on the door real quick. Dusty kind of jumps through and he's like, hey man. He's like, what the fuck? Man, where's all the shit at? And then Dusty's like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. Kind of passes back out. So me and Billy start talking. We're going back and forth. We're talking about prices, this and that. Dusty goes out. He's like this. Billy reaches over, smacks him, bam, hey. And he comes around and goes, man, stop. I was talking to Britney. We had a poster. Dusty had a poster. Big poster of Britney Spears on our wall. She was old enough, barely, but he was a big fan of Britney. Just in 2001, guys. In his mind, he was having a conversation with Britney, and we're like, what did we start? What did you say? What did she say? And he's like, yeah, we were like at this party, and she's like, came over like, hey, Dusty, what are you doing? I'm like, hey, Britney, wanted to stay out. And like that's where he was. He was in this nod talking to Britney Spears. All right, so Dusty has the dope in his ass. Well, not in his ass, but he's got the balloons, and he's got them in a glove. He's got them cheeked, not up his ass. But anyway, pulls it out, breaks Billy off. Billy wants some dope to sell. He sees how much you are. They're arguing about how much we're gonna get. Anyway, Billy just wants to get high there also. So dope gets dropped. Billy starts getting high. Dusty grabs the dope and then he takes off. Billy gets high. He wants to go get more. So we go looking for Dusty. Somebody comes and says, hey man, Dusty's fucking passed out on the teardown. He fell out. We go down the range and Dusty's like up against the wall, passed out against the wall. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, man, come on, man. Hey, this ain't cool. We get him up real quick. I'm like, dude, give me the dope. Because I think he's like gonna, keep nodding out, keep falling out. He's like, no, I got you. I'm like, come on, man. So Billy, how did it go? Dusty gave Billy something, a little something that he had in his side pocket. Billy thinks it's more than it is. We run back to the cell, and when Billy realizes that it was like a paper inside some toilet paper, that it wasn't a clavo, like a bunch, we go back to look for Dusty. I hope you guys followed that. We went and looked for Dusty. He was passed out. He gets up. Dusty reaches in his pocket, gives him some balled up toilet paper like you'd blow your nose on. There's a couple papers inside of there that Dusty had. He gave it to Billy. Billy thinks it's a bunch. Looks back to the cell, opens it, and finds out there's just like a paper tube, but he wants a bunch of papers to sell. So we burn back off because he wants to go find Dusty, and we can't find Dusty anywhere. We're all over, hey, Dusty. Well, somebody came and said, hey, man, Dusty's on the floor in Storeman Billy's cell. There was a dude, Billy, I forgot his last name. Matter of fact, he ended up killing somebody, I think, in Terre Haute. Older guy, just came out of ADX, I believe at the time, or did he go after? I'm not sure. I think he just came out of ADX. He didn't like to laugh or joke a lot, very serious, and a clean freak. Waxed the floor, polished the floor every day, bed made as soon as he got up, nothing out, no litter in the trash can, no debris in the trash can. Perfect, immaculate cell kind of guy. And he ran a big store. So when you came to his house or to sell house to buy something, he usually liked to make you stay outside. He would get the stuff, he didn't like people walking on the floor. There's Dusty passed out on the floor. So we walk in, we run in there, and now I'm totally fucked up. Billy's high, so the dope was good. He did a pretty big shot. So we're like, Dusty, get up, man. Hey, where's the dope? dope fiends. Where's the dope? Not get up, you're gonna die. Dope fiends. And Dusty's out. And Billy slaps him, bam. And all of a sudden, I'm like, hey, he's like, Rob, help me. Rob, help me. Get him up. He's shaking. All of a sudden he goes, oh, fuck, man. Like he puts, man, this is a store in here. And I'm like, this is store man. He's like, oh, fuck. Hey, man, look. And he grabs like some potato chips. He's like, hey, you want some, man? And I'm like, hey, he's like, oh, fuck, there's sodas. And he's like, so I'm looking, I'm like, oh, no, but I want a candy bar. So I open the locker and I grab it and we're fucking starting to just peel this dude's store. You know? Oh, shit. So now, you know, so we're eating, grabbing stuff. Billy, being the scumbag that is, he's a scumbag, not me, right? Now he's pocketing shit, like, and here's Dusty on the floor. And at some point, like, I'm like, Billy, stop, man, come on. So then we go back to try waking Dusty up, and now he's breathing shallow. So it's like, okay, it's a lot of alcohol, drugs, not breathing good. There's a bucket with ice, a big mop bucket. People in prison know what the yellow caution mop bucket. Billy grabs his fucking bucket and slings it. There's probably 2 cases of sodas in there, right on fucking top of Dusty. Man, hey, this dude's hey, he comes up, he's like, we're like, where's the dope? Where's the dope? He's like, and he goes back out. And we're trying to, where's the dope? I'm not thinking that the fucking dope. And at first I wasn't. I was thinking about him being like half dead. But then I realized, no, Dusty did go out a lot when he did this. And at some point I said, the dope is in his So Billy starts turning him around. I get it. He reaches at Dusty's ass to grab the dope out. Dusty fucking goes, ah! He comes to, what the fuck, you fag? What are you doing? Like, give us dope. He's like, fuck no. He gets up. He's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? He's looking around. Everything's like, man, I got it. And he just starts running down the range. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God, this fucking dude, Billy's gonna come and kill us. And this guy's, you know, he's serious. You know, like I said, we were always on party mode, laugh, joke, ha ha ha. You know, some people do their time all serious. Some people do their time totally fucked up and like to laugh and joke. Like to laugh and joke, be fucked up. That's just how I did my time. This dude's cell was thrashed. Fucking thrashed. Dusty went and hid. He ended up going to somebody's cell, passing out. Somebody woke him up again, and he gets back up. At some point, we're looking around. We got everybody looking. He's back in our fucking cell, passed out. When we open the door, I yell, Dusty, and he goes, man, Britney. And he said again, he was at this party and Britney Spears wanted him to go home with him. And we just fucked everything up. That was it. Billy got the dope he wanted. We laughed our asses off because Dusty kept him and that Britney Spears. I ended up ripping the Britney Spears poster down that night because we got into it because Billy the store man came over flipping the fuck out. And as he should have. We made right on that with dope. He just needed a couple papers. He was fine. That's what happened. But what ended up happening in the end was this. We found out that the guy was leaving. The guy didn't say, let me back up. I told you that I was known for being able to send money. It wasn't directly like, send me $1,500. It was kind of up in the air. We just wanted to grab the dope and like, we'll tell him anything to get the drugs and we'll figure it out later. A guy who was a black dude who was a Crip. I'm not going to say his name. He had a life sentence and he got out now too. And I've been trying to get in touch with him, so I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say his name because he's out there doing some things, or doing his thing, I should say. He tipped us off to the fact that dude was leaving. And he said, you know, that dude's a bitch. Don't pay that dude. Fuck him. He ain't gonna do nothing. Neither his homeboys. So we gave our black friend, the Crip, a gram because he gave us the information, and dude never got paid $1. And there it is. It's more scumbag prison stories with dope and passing out and almost dying and everything else and all the good fun stuff. And there it is there. Hope you enjoy. Whoever, tomorrow, membership should be on. Sticking with $29.99. I'm not going to back up off that. It is what it is. Again, I appreciate everybody's comments. Nothing will change for subscribers. If people are offended by that or by my, sorry. I'm not going to try to do the take $2 from this person, $2 from that person. I think I have a lot to offer. Maybe I'm tooting my own horn. And the 21, 22 now people that have requested interviews from me, you can interview me by subscribing. We'll just do interviews there. I think that's probably fair, right? Because I'm going to put anything out there, everything out there. You can ask me, no holds barred. That's one promise I'll make. That it is what it is. All right. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my story. Thank you.